Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast, the live stream edition, and thank you. I'm in one hell of a good mood tonight. I'm just going to preface that. I'm in a very good mood tonight. The podcast is your home for, I'm going to go radio voice bell. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. Give it up. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed. It's our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the crazy, crazy girl, the one to beat all, the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing tonight, Belle? Give it up.
Wow, I'm not sure I can live up to that intro, but thank you. It's been a good day so far. How are you tonight, Scott?
I am so disappointed at this moment that you didn't peel off the energy. Come on, man. I'm trying to make it fun. You know, crypto's ugly. So why not try to smile as you go under? Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos. Because as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto and welcome to the podcast. And thank you. Gonna preface it up, guys. We got a couple new live reads tonight. We're just gonna have some fun, and we're gonna make this an educational stream because I am all about the education. I'm pretty sure if you've ever watched this show, that you know that I'm a great big fan of education. I think it matters. So why don't we just get to it? This will be an educational monologue tonight. At least I hope it will be an educational monologue. I like to think that those who have been with us for a while, and Bella and I have been at this for years now, Bella. Years. My goodness, how the time flies. But for those who have been with us for a while, you know the answer to everything I'm going to say. Every question, every statement, you guys already know the answer. And you likely have answers, a lot of them, that I simply don't have. We're going to start, though, with a very basic question. And it is an important question. I need you guys to answer this for me. Why will my token go up? That's it. That's the question. That's the one. Doesn't matter what token. It can be any of them. Now, in crypto, we have a tendency not to ask this question and typically not to have an answer for it before we buy it. Now, not this audience, not the podcasters. This audience is family, and this family right here knows to ask. But for the bulk of the crypto world who do affect your wallet, by the way, they don't ask and most simply don't care. It's a pure gamble for them. They like the name. They like the logo. Colors are pretty, so they buy. They heard it from a friend or a friend of a friend, or they heard it from some guy who knows, man. This guy really knows. So they buy. You know what just happened? They just failed. Or even better, these are my favorites, by the way, man. They saw some jerk-off technical analysts, some TA jerk-off on YouTube, and the auguries were just right. The pigeons, they crossed the sun at its zenith, and everybody knows what that means. It means, guys, that you need to buy, but this is not financial advice. They really shouldn't even need to say that, by the way. Any reasonable, rational person is going to look at that as nothing but entertainment. I do. I look at them. I watch these guys. They make me laugh. I think it's hysterical. Why will my token go up? Now, this is an incredibly important question, and a lot of people get this wrong. They might think that they're right, but if they are right for the wrong reasons, because they're not asking the right questions, then they just got lucky. And don't confuse luck with skill. It forms real bad habits, man. Lightning rarely strikes twice in the same location. It is what it is. But let me take you way, way, way back, guys. Way back. Back before time began for a lot of the crypto world. all the way back to the wild, wild west that was called the dot-com rush. And you know what? This is true, by the way. The world didn't even have color back then. It didn't. If you see photos, they're photoshopped. I mean, I was there, man. I was there, and let me tell you, it was black and white. So, way back when, there was this little thing taking over the world, and it was pretty cool. If you were there for it, it was pretty cool. It was slowly inching its way into our daily lives. It was called the interwebs, that damn internets, the internet. AOL, you've got mail. What a bold world that we're living in. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, aside from electronic mail, which really was cool, by the way, there was commerce. I mean, my God, man, there was commerce. I can literally push a button here, and it had to be on a keyboard, by the way, guys, because these right here, the flip, that wasn't there yet. But I can push a button here, and a package will arrive just like that. It was magic. .coms were everywhere. Venture capital money was pouring in from everywhere. They could not wait to get their money in. And here's where it broke down, and here's why it broke down. I'm going to show you a couple charts here, guys. I wasn't going to do this, but it seems like it's appropriate because people believe in charts. So do I. So do I. But I believe in them for different reasons. I'm going to show you two charts that are 100% accurate because they show what happened. Past tense. It already occurred. Now, this is a chart that not a lot of people have ever once looked at. What this is the NASDAQ. All right? This is fact. All right? This is historical fact. This occurred. And I think it's really, really important that you look at the time frame from about 1999 to about 2001 or even 2002. It's very, very important that you see that chart. Now, the second one, and just remember what you're seeing here, guys. All right, we're not asking for a whole lot here. Just remember what you're seeing. Because the second chart that I want to show you that you're looking at right now, this one's called Bitcoin. Now, I want you to pay real close attention to this chart from 2021 to, let's take it right to here. Let's take it right to 2022, even all the way to 2023. I want you to look at this because in case you have never, ever noticed before, that's a bubble. Now, what caused it? This is actually pretty easy. There was too much VC money. There were too many ideas and not enough business savvy. And that is literally it. Now, we dress it up. We find reasons, cause and effect. But it really is simple. You gave a bunch of kids hundreds of millions to billions of dollars to realize their idea. And it wasn't until after the fact that we realized that just because you have an idea, it doesn't make it a good idea. The NASDAQ rose by 800% during that very brief period of time, and it fell by 760% just as quickly as it went up. Now, does this sound familiar? Stick with me, guys. Promise you, I'm going somewhere with this. It's a tech rush. It's all it is. We have seen this over and over for hundreds of years, but every time it's like the first time. Railroads, assembly lines, cars, transistorized electronics, computers, cell phones, internet, blockchain. When the tech is new, when the tech is fresh, everyone is an expert and everyone wants to get paid because they see it, man. They see it when nobody else does. Venture capital money spins up because they want to get in on the ground floor. And they give hundreds of millions of dollars to youngsters to realize their vision with no damn idea how they monetize it. Because it's never about the money, guys. It's about the experience. It's about the dream. It's about the vision. Why will my token go up? This is crypto, and I lived through the .com. I lost 7 figures in 3 days. So what I'm saying is I've been there. But this is crypto, so I'm going to explain it. A token will go up for 2 reasons, only 2. We can argue this all you want. Come on the show. I will give you a platform to tell me why I'm wrong. But it'll go up for 2 reasons. More people buy it than sell it, or it is part of a multi-pronged business approach that uses the token as part of the system and not the entire reason for the system. The bulk of crypto, the majority of it, 15,000 plus tokens, are simply smart contracts. They're built on Ethereum, they're built on Polygon, they're built on wherever. But the token itself has no use to itself at all. It exists to be bought and sold. Greater fool theory. They are supported by an army of influencers and chart oracles, my favorite people ever. They are, and they're going to tell you endlessly that this one is going to 10x. People want it. People will buy it. But they never, ever tell you how it's used. Why is that? Because it isn't used. It simply exists. Doge, Hex, Peppy, meme tokens, etc. Now, I understand that people want to use them as currency, and that's their use case. But guess what, guys? With the bridges we have, any token can be a currency. So the question that you need to ask is, what else does it do? Why will my token go up? Even though this is crypto. The Wild West, man. Certain economic realities still exist here. The biggest, which we never talk about, but we really should, is supply and demand. Supply and demand is an economic law that's as real as any law of physics. You can ignore it. You can ignore the law. And we, in crypto, we definitely try to ignore the law. But you cannot ignore the results of ignoring the law. Now, the real bear in crypto is that the ones who end up paying the heaviest price are the investors. Rarely, if ever, is it the founders. Typically, it's not their money to begin with. And if you thought VC money was bad in the .com, and it was stupidly bad, you should see it in crypto. Pitch an idea, gets paid, build something, watch it crumble, and then move on to the next thing. This continues because investors rarely ask one very important question. What question should they ask, Belle?
Why will my token go up?
Why will my token go up? You have got to start realizing that you are not investing in a token. You are investing in a company. The tokens are digital stock. Self-custodied, yes, but they are digital stock, and their only value, for most of them, is what someone will give you for it. That's it. Not a penny more. All the wishing and hand-wringing in the world is not going to save a token that is attached to a bad business with a bad model that does not act like a business. It acts like a hobby because that's all it is. Your developers, we love them, we idolize them, we put them on pedestals. They can treat it poorly because it's not their money. It's your money. They already got theirs, and most are already looking ahead to the next thing instead of trying to fix the thing that they already built. And why would they? Why would they bother? There's always more VC money, and they will chase the goddamn lights. A token is going to go up because people buy it. or it is part of a fully functioning business that provides a service that people will pay for. Anything else, it's pure hype and it's pure hope. Now, if this is your rub, good on you, man. I ain't telling you how to spend your money. Go with God and good luck in your journey. But if you want to survive this, if you want to thrive in this, you have got to start putting a lot more consideration into your buys and into your, and even more important, man, into your sells. And you got to take off the rose-colored glasses. The mythical bull run, that's what we're all holding out for. It's coming any day now, the thirdening, the heavening, the quickening. It's not coming. It didn't come back for the .com, and it's not coming back for crypto. Not until they are businesses using blockchain as the tech and the token as the decentralized financial element of it. Even the youngest person in crypto, the youngest guy, unless he got here yesterday, they've been through a bubble now, and they will know it when they see it again. And this time, they're going to sell, and there won't be a bubble. It's a Nash equilibrium, guys. It is an absolute bitch. So I hope you guys enjoyed my musings. I'm 100% right about all of this. I've been through this over and over and over. History backs me up, and it is a very long history. Till we start investing in businesses, this is simply the new normal, and Pepe has a $750 million market cap. Round of applause for dumb money, man. I don't know what else to say about this one. So, Bell, we ran that a little bit long, guys. I do apologize. I'm not here trying to bum anybody out. I'm just trying to point out a little bit of economic realities. We're going to break in about 2 minutes, Bell. So until then, do we have questions, comments, concerns, or observations? Or did I put everyone to sleep? Because I've noticed anytime I start talking actual reality, people just tune out. They don't want to hear it, man. They don't care. There shall be no dreams here. I'm sorry, no reality here. This is crypto and none shall pass. Do we got anything, Belko?
We've got a few. So Brian D starts us off. Just seeing the Jackal economics discussion. You covering that tonight?
Oh, you bet, dude. Come on, man. It's not like I'm light in Jackal, and it's not like I haven't disclosed this, guys. All right. I mean, I'm a very, very heavy investor in Jackal. The one thing that Jackal should feel fortunate for is that I have no real say in their tokenomics, what they're going to do, economic model 2.0. I think it's critical that they do it, because if they continue on this path, it will bleed to zero, and there's no saving it. There just isn't, man. They are minting entirely too many tokens. So if it was up to me, I would cut emissions to the providers to zero, which we've already done. I would base it on network demand, like you should do, and I would cut the emissions to the staking rewards. I'd cut them to the quick, man. I'd go single digits, if that. I understand that there's no real incentive after that for somebody to stay in Jackal unless they see it as a business, unless they see it as a product, that their value will be created by users, people using the product as almost like a business, Bell, almost like a business. It's kind of funny how that works. So the people who are farming Jackal should be very, very thankful that I am not actually have any say in this whatsoever, because I would bury this down to zero. I would bury that needle to to the point of night sweats. And I would take all of my efforts and all of my energies into going out and getting customers, because Jackal is a crypto, but they're not a crypto company. They are a company that happens to use crypto, and they need to realize this. They need to wake up. All right, because economic reality is what it is. And if you are increasing your supply and there's no demand, guess what happens, Bell? What do you think happens, Bell? What do you think happens when you increase your supply but there's no demand for it? There's no demand for it because
it goes on clearance.
Isn't that funny how that works? Carry on, Bell.
All right, Stephen Douglas. regarding the song we played before the show started. I'm pretty sure my college girlfriend broke up with me right after this movie.
Dude, she didn't break up with you because of St. Elmo's fire, man. There's I'm sure there's another reason that she broke up with you, and I don't think it had anything to do with St. Elmo's fire. That wasn't it's a fun movie. You got to you got to see the Rat Pack or the Brat Pack all grown up. So yeah, no, but that wasn't the reason, dude. I think it might have been you. And by the way, if she says it's not me or it's not you, it's me, it's you. Belle, we got to go to break right here. But before we do, I got to tell you, hi there, podcasters. Let me tell you something here, guys. Belle has been busy as a beaver. No offense to lazy beavers. Not trying to insult anybody here, but she has gotten us a real good one. And gentlemen, you might want to pay attention. Let me ask you something, guys. Do you have... Not going to get through this one either. Let me ask you something. Do you guys have trouble getting away, getting out of the house? You just want some time to yourself, but it simply isn't happening. Well, friends, if there's a problem, we have a solution, and it's called simply Get Me Out of Here. Now, this is a service unlike any other. So stupid. If you simply need some time away from the significant other and she just isn't having it, schedule our service, take the missus out for a nice dinner, and at the appropriate time of your choosing, a windowless van will roar to your location. 6 ninjas are going to jump out and they will abduct you. Now, I know what you're thinking, folks. Why ninjas? Because ninjas are cool. All right? Ninjas are cool. Who here has not fantasized about being abducted by ninjas? Our head ninja will leave a note with the lady instructing her to go home and wait for the call while you are transported to the location of your choice. Do you need a fishing break? Do you? A campsite is paid for, rod is provided, and plenty of cold beer on ice. Is there a big game you really wanted to see? You were there, sir. All right, great seats and all the hot dogs you can eat. And when your adventure is over, you will be dropped off at the nearest Applebee's with a T-shirt that says, "I was abducted by ninjas, but they had the wrong guy. Sorry." So what I'm saying, guys, is stop wishing it could happen and make it happen. Get me out of here. Call today and spend your time however you'd like to spend it. We will be right back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. What do we got, Belle? Give me something. And I happened to glance over and I saw how many people are actually watching us tonight. I am such a failure at this shit. I am just awful. That monologue was dead on. I am 100% right of every single bit of this, man, but crypto doesn't care. They just don't care. People do not want to use crypto apps. They don't want to use crypto products. They want to invest in something and hope somebody else uses it. Man, this is bloody. Give me something, Belle, because I'm going to go a totally different direction tonight than I thought I was going to.
All right. So Yort actually chimed in a little bit ago saying, currently waiting for my son to join an Amuse meeting I have started, so I will be multitasking.
Oh, that is awesome. Round of applause for Yort. Thank you. And we're going to give you guys, we're going to, the beta test is live. I mean, it's out. It's going. How many total participants did we get, Belle? You can say it. I don't care. I'm not one of these people that's going to say we weren't successful, because we weren't. How many people did we get total?
We only had 2 on the beta test meeting yesterday, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the list. So yeah.
We got 9 beta testers on the list. I've put out $27,000 to have this thing built so far. So each and every one of you are apparently entitled to $3,000 of my money. It's just, it's me. I'll just put it down. It's me. I'm not getting it out. I'm not making the case. I'm not making the point. But I really did set aside all this money, guys, to try to illustrate a point. We're building an excellent app. All right, this thing is tip top. I'll show you. We'll walk through each and every step of it. This thing is tip top. This is for people who just don't give a shit about crypto, but do give a shit about privacy. That's why we built it, and everything's going to be in there, all the plans, all the sets, all the everything. I'm not disappointed, but this is about what I would have expected for this. And I always come back to Orchid. You notice that, Belle? I always come back to Orchid. I've been pitching Orchid forever. I've been talking about this product. It is an excellent, perfect application of blockchain technology that appeals to both crypto and the legacy world. And that thing is bleeding flat. It went from a market cap of almost $700 million to $30 million. It is doomed. It is better, faster, cheaper, safer, more private than any VPN on the planet. And it's just going poof. Even crypto people won't use it. And you can simply download the app at 6 cents per gigabyte that you only get charged when you go on the VPN. But there is absolutely no interest in this, and that bitch is easy to use, man. Nobody really wants it. I think it's, I don't know, Belle. Maybe that's a VPN thing. I don't know. I just feel like bitching tonight, and I think that's a good way to bitch. Anyway, carry on, please.
So regarding why my token will go up, Yort chiming in with the answer because it has a use case.
I would hope that it has a use case, but it's not just enough to have a use case. It has to have a use case with an effective business model. I know we don't like to talk about it, man. I know it's not hip, it's not cool, it's not crypto, it's not rock and roll, it's not any of those things, but it is an economic reality. And I get it. It doesn't apply here. This is crypto. This is different. This is about bells, whistles, hype, influencers. It's about all of that shit. But at the end of the day, it is also about a business, and very, very few of these. We have scoured everywhere, and I've found less than 20 out of 15,000 tokens in existence that actually have a very specific use case, a proper business model, and are putting out products as opposed to hype, speculation, all that other shit. People are not interested in it, man. They simply aren't. Belle, please carry on.
Toot answering the same question, chiming in with a token will go up when it has utility and people want to pay for that utility.
It's just that simple, man. How come everybody in this audience, with this massive viewership of 13 people, how come everybody in this audience seems to get this, but the rest of the crypto world doesn't? And then you come back and you say, well, it's just not crypto. That's not the way it is. Then why are you down? How come basically anybody who's held from 2021 to today is down, and it doesn't matter which token it is? How can 100% of every token that existed in 2001 to today be down such a massive percentage if everybody knows? How is that possible? How is that mathematically possible? How is any of that possible? Because you're fucking wrong. That's why it's possible. Because they're hobbies and not businesses, because they're not monetized, because they have no intention to be monetized. They exist to be bought and sold. That's it. Sorry. Suck it. Belle, carry on.
Microman answering the same question. Why should it go up? Use case. Why does it go up? Because Bitcoin.
Because the entire world is revolved around this. I don't even tolerate it anymore. I used to just sit there and say, oh, yeah, Bitcoin will go $500,000, you bet. Just a matter of time. I don't even entertain that bullshit anymore. I will absolutely not entertain it. And let me tell you why. I'll even go full screen here, guys. You got everything you wanted You got everything that was necessary to happen to push Bitcoin to 60,000. You got every single fucking element that you needed, and yet it's still languishing at 30,000. How is that possible? Inflation is not only coming down, it is roaring down. It is at 3%, exceeding expectations, month after month after month. You got inflation way the hell down. You got a ruling from a judge on XRP saying XRP is not a security if it's used in this case. That was the one. That's what you wanted. The only thing keeping crypto down is the fucking SEC. And yet the judge comes up and he says, yeah, they're full of shit. It's not a security. Howey test. Go fuck yourself. All of these things happened. And yet crypto, Bitcoin still stays at 30,000 goddamn dollars. All of these ETFs are going to come in. They will. They will absolutely be approved. If you've been covering politics, as long as I've been covering politics, you see the patterns. And this is not a bullshit chart oracle technical analysis pattern, but you see the political pattern because it always repeats itself. All of these ETFs are going to come in. You're going to get a blip when all of the money pours in, and then and then the goddamn Nash equilibrium kicks in, and all of the people who are holding the majority of the Bitcoin, that it's suddenly worth 30% more today than it was yesterday, are going to fucking sell it. Every time. XRP should have rocketed, and it didn't. So you have everything that you wanted. Everything that was necessary to occur to push Bitcoin to 60,000 happened, and it's at 30,000. So at what point are you going to ask why? What will it take? Or at what point are you going to realize that it's a purely speculative asset? This is not a business. And I get it. Bitcoin's a currency, but guess what, guys? So is any other crypto out here. I can pay you in virtually anything, and it's going to have the same monetary value. People have got to wake up. They've got to wake up, or they're just going to bleed flat. I don't give a shit. My money is in smart. It's in the right places at the right time. I'm getting what I need out of it. But until the rest of the world wakes up, man, this is your everyday. This is your new normal. And you better damn well get used to that. Belle, carry on.
Gustav, that was an amazing presentation talking about your monologue. You held my attention exclusively, 100%.
Round of applause. Thank you. I got to ask, though, Gustav, do I not usually hold your attention? Is that it? Am I the clown? I'm the marionette? Somebody else is up here writing my monologues? Nobody writes my monologues, man. That's mine. Do I not usually hold your attention, or am I finally getting into the nitty-gritty that I think people need to hear? Now, they're not going to listen. People don't care, man. All right? I'm just an old fat man that has no business existing in cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is new, it's fresh, it's hip, it's rock and roll, it's all those things. And what do I know about it? All right, guess what, guys? When the dot-com bust was happening, I was your age. All right, I've already been through this. I've already seen it, and I know the reason why. You want to have a little tidbit? This is fun because I noticed that nobody's ever said this before. In the year 2000, there was a Super Bowl. Have you guys ever seen a Super Bowl? You know what happens at the Super Bowl? There's these things called commercials. In the year 2000, 16 of the 61 commercials that were played on the Super Bowl in the year 2000 were purchased and advertised by startup.coms. Isn't that funny? Isn't that amazing? Who would think that something like that would happen in this day and age? But it already happened. How many of them were purchased last year in the Super Bowl, or the year before that, before FTX took a big shit on everybody? That was our big thing. Oh, my God, they're advertising on the Super Bowl. They're going to get users over here. You need users over here. It's called basically unsustainable marketing. They did this in 2000. They were giving it away. They were effectively giving their products away at cost or below cost to build a massive customer base. How do you build a massive customer base? You offer a product at or below cost. But they had a little bit of a problem because they actually had to produce the product. Crypto just hits enter and fucking more show up. And you give it away and you make it cheap because we're going to get such a massive customer base using our bullshit product that the price can only go up until it doesn't. That's when it doesn't. You're looking at it right there. That's when it stops. So when it stops, the question has to be asked, why will my token go up? What will incentivize this thing to go up? Do we need more customers? We need more goddamn customers. Along comes Bitcoin ETFs. Along comes BlackRock and Citadel, and the same people who were behind, this is true, the same people who were behind in funding and financing bullshit like FTX and Celsius, etc., etc., etc. When you run out of sheep, you have to get more sheep. They're going to do it. This will be passed. They're going to come on, and they're going to get more sheep. But it will be extremely short-lived. Extremely short-lived, because the money that's in crypto right now is veteran money. We've been through the bubbles. We've seen it, and this time I guarantee you we sell. And when we're all selling, guess what? There is no bubble. I've been through this already, guys. I've already seen this shit. Belle, please carry on.
All right. Comment from Toot regarding our sponsor. I love the frequency of windowless van involvement in these live reads.
I'm a big fan. I don't know what to tell you. Is this not a good thing? I think that would be awesome. Because
do I need to message Kiz and tell him, hey, you just got a job?
He just got a job, man.
Great.
Buy a ninja costume, drop me off at the lake, and when we're all done, drop me off at Applebee's, man. This isn't that hard. I love the T-shirt idea too. I was abducted by ninjas, but they got the wrong guy. Sorry, that's my apology to the significant other. You see, hey. Wasn't me, hon. They just got the wrong guy, but try to reason with ninjas. Maybe that should be my T-shirt. Just try to reason with ninjas. Ninjas are just cool. Belle, carry on, please.
Stephen Douglas, entrepreneurs need to create businesses that use blockchain tech to disintermediate, bloated, inefficient business sectors. Somebody needs to lead the way, prove the concept.
There's maybe 20, man. Look, dude, I spend all my time. You guys know me, man. You know what I do, and you know my research, and you know how important my money is to me. I spend all of my time looking for the next great thing. The bottled water before there was such a thing. The cell phone before there was such a thing. I spend all of my time looking for these things, man. That's all I do. My money is incredibly important to me because I earned it. I earned every bit of this, man. I have been zeroed out 3 times in my life. I mean, absolutely zeroed out. I not only had $0 in my bank account, but I was in debt up to the eyeballs. I've been through this shit. So I know what to look for, and I'm spending my time looking for it. That's it. But you cannot pretend that reality doesn't exist just because this is fucking crypto, or just because people will pour in, or just because people will buy a meme token. You want to play in that? Great, man. If that's your bag, good on you, man. That's your bag, baby. It's good on you. But it's not my bag, because I'm not looking 6 days in front of me. I'm looking 6 years in front of me, and I'm looking for those types of products. Now, it's not to say I don't speculate, man. I speculate wildly. I defy anybody who's been in crypto for a while to not speculate. We all speculate, man. It is what it is. But we are also heavily diversified, and I'm saying we, because it's not like I don't talk to anybody. All right, but we are also heavily diversified into our long terms, our stables, and our speculation money. Speculation money, it's mad money, man. We will toss it at shit like Pepe. We will toss it at these stupid-ass meme coins. We will do that because, you know what, hell with it. But it is no part of our long-term serious investment strategy, man. We are looking for businesses. I am looking for businesses. I'm looking for something that can be monetized. I'm looking for a product or a service that people will pay for without using crypto, that will pay legacy money to get into this. This is critical. I don't think people understand it, but this is critical. The .com bust, it was a big deal, all right? It was fucking crypto. It was a big damn deal. The only difference between that and what we're seeing right now is that the ledger is immutable. Because if it wasn't, 90% of the cryptos in existence today would be gone. They wouldn't exist. Because eventually, .00 means you're fucking broke. It means you're broke. It means it failed. It means you are no longer solvent. It's only in crypto where we can stretch 8 digits after the decimal that you are still functional and real. But in the rest of the world, the real world, the world that matters, the world that all the money lives in, .00 means you're broke and it didn't work. We'll ignore it. We'll pretend it doesn't matter. We'll pretend that it doesn't matter because this is crypto, but I assure you that it absolutely matters. Guys, we got to take a break. I'm sorry to be sobering tonight. We haven't been live in a bit. I feel like I just really needed to belch this one out. 60 seconds, guys. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I gotta ask, do you guys not like this? Do you not like hearing actual reality? It seems like it should be pretty important. I'm giving you my formula here, my 11 herbs and spices, and how I can be profitable even in a shit market like this. I'm literally laying it out for you. And, I mean, I think it's fair to say, guys, this channel is an absolute failure, man. From a viewership perspective, I think the information is very good. I thought that was interesting, and I'm a little tight right now. And those of you who have watched the program knows what tight means. I think it's interesting that the bulk of the crypto reporters, aside from the hype, the hype guys, and man, look, they're just. It's a unique thing. I think anybody who's been in crypto for a while understands what they're saying here, man. They just completely dismiss because they're completely full of shit. It's a little bit entertaining, and they appeal to the least common denominator, meaning people who don't know anything that are being led by someone who knows even less. It's pretty typical in finance, man, because finance can be a little bit rough. But I think it's interesting that the more name brand people are absolutely 100% selling out right now. We've never done it. You know why? Because I don't need the money. That's why we've never done it. But they're absolutely selling out right now. And one particular YouTuber that I liked, I appreciate what he built. I can respect what he built. But he recently partnered up with Evmos of all things, and he's going to start pushing Evmos. Why wouldn't you, right? Because it's a crypto. They got a lot of ideas. It's a beautiful thing. So why not start pushing Evmos? Why not start getting paid by a blockchain company that is effectively cannot be monetized and get people to talk about you to buy their token? You've just became what you beheld, and you tweeted about it. I gotta ask, man. I gotta. It's not like you watch me. Nobody does. But I gotta ask, what the hell are you thinking there, man? Where's your soul? Because this is rough enough as it is, and you've just admitted to the entire world that you sold out, 100% sold out. I guess I don't know. You know, maybe it's different for us, Bell, because we don't need the money. I like to get tips. It's just fun hearing the little icon kick. You know, hey, somebody tipped you $2. I just think it's pretty cool. I really don't need the money, so it has nothing to do with that. But I like to be, paid for my time. But this is going to be a new thing going forward. And basically, the only thing that you're going to start seeing out of crypto, aside from the up-and-comers, is sponsored content. Now, do you guys are you familiar with the term sponsored content? This is important because your name brand crypto people have been doing this forever and ever, and now your second tier, the second string crypto reporters are going to be doing the same goddamn thing. So I just think it's important that you at least be able to recognize it. Anyway, Belle, questions, comments, or should I just get into money?
Last comment for the moment. A Hill 1. Do you think when regulations come in, trading leverage will be stopped?
I don't think regulations are going to come in, not in your lifetime. They're just not, man. Look, how are you going to regulate the Wild West? You simply can't. Most of the people who are going to be pushing these regulations, they'll be really heavy-handed. They won't be applicable. They simply won't. So yeah, they're going to come in and try to do something, but how are you going to do it? There is a radical difference between passing a law and being able to enforce it. How are you going to enforce a law that is effectively American in the DeFi? Because unless you can tell me for an absolute fact that every single validator on every single chain exists in the continental U.S., unless you can tell me that, and we all know it's not true, but unless you can tell me that, it's effectively unenforceable. So passing a law and enforcing it are wildly different things, and I think people need to come to terms with that. We don't. We exist on hype, man. We exist on hype. We exist on market sentiment because people really do not understand this. They don't understand the space. They don't even know what it's for. They think that this is just a place that you come and you put in some money and you take more money out of it. They don't even understand the very foundational nature of blockchain, what it's for. Why it exists, they don't know. They don't care. But if you're going to come in here and you're going to pass laws, you're going to throw down regulations, you're going to do all these things, I would counter with a question. How are you going to enforce it? Because guess what? On any chain, it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot of validators that are up producing blocks to maintain that chain. You seem to think it takes all of them. It doesn't. So let's pretend you pass your regulation. No Americans can be validators. Great. 18% of all the validators in the DeFi disappear. Does that mean the DeFi stops? No. No, not even close. How are you going to enforce it? And how come nobody ever asks that question? They don't ask that question because it's better to get clicks with hype and bullshit than it is with actual reality. I'm not concerned about regulation. I never have been. This is the DeFi. This is the outer rim. This is the wild goddamn West, and there is no regulating this. Belle, please carry on.
Stephen Douglas. Region is interesting from a farmer's perspective, and Gregory Landau is a fascinating guy. I consider region to be use case.
Okay. Tell me, why will the token go up? That's what matters, man. Look, I'm familiar with regen. It's not something that I'm investing in. But if you, sir, Stephen Douglas, can see why a token will go up, if you understand what its nature is, what it exists for, and you can see a path for it to go up, certainly you should invest in that. If you can't, a lot of things have to line up for this to happen, maybe go a different way. I'm not your banker, man. Carry on, Belle.
And that was actually the last comment for the moment.
All right. Do we want to cut it, Belle, or do we maybe want to get into some money? I see I got about 10 minutes left. Do we actually want to explore a little bit of money?
Get into some money.
Okay, let's get into some money. And you know what? Of all places, guys, we're going to start right here on Crescent Dex. I keep coming around to Crescent Dex. I've been in talks with some folks over at Ellis. And if you're not familiar with Ellis, go ahead and do a search. Or just check out Discord, ELYS. Go ahead and take a look at this. I think they might have. I'm not saying that they cracked the code, but I'm saying that they are at least business savvy people, which I certainly understand. Now, we're going to start right here on Ellis and pay no attention to that number right there. Honestly, I don't give a shit about it. That's not a make or break thing for me. But let me use this to illustrate what I'm talking about between the difference between a business and an idea. Now, right now, Crescent is effectively an idea. That's all it is. And it's effectively an idea because of this. And by the way, Injective has just been killing it lately. It shouldn't be. Absolutely not shouldn't be. People are simply pouring money into this because it's going up. Does that sound like any kind of crypto that you might have heard of before? Basically, all of them. Yeah, Injective does not have the. They absolutely do not have the nuts to secure $61 million worth of trading volume over 24 hours. They don't. All right, look, man, it is a whole shitload of financial products. And speaking of financial products, the DeFi is basically an enormous bank that we built to support nothing but itself. I mean, and that's great, man. That's crypto kind of in a nutshell, is a whole shitload of financial products that don't back up anything. I mean, it literally tails over to a conversation that we've been having for a really, really long time. Why does a bank exist? A bank exists to hold people's money, but where does the money come from? And that's what we always skip. That's the part that we always skip. Now, in a traditional world, in a legacy world, the money comes from manufacturing. The money comes from services. The money comes from goods and services that people will pay to use. That's where the money comes from. But for some reason in crypto, we just skip that part, Bell. We just walk right by it. We say, no, it'll come in. More people are going to come in. We're going to get a lot more people. A lot more money is going to come in because they're going to see the value. But they're not. They're not coming, and they're not going to see the value because realistically, there is no value. It's just a whole bunch of people building thousands of financial products that are pushing money across the board and paying each other bit by bit by bit. And every single validator that exists in the DeFi is taking their little piece every single block. It is what it is. But I'm going to get back to this for a second because I said I would. I want to talk about this. What you're looking at right here on Crescent is, in fact, a failed business model. Now, they're going to continue to do this. They're going to continue to push. One of the YouTubers that I was mentioning earlier happens to be paid by Crescent. It's pretty goddamn obvious. But what you're looking at right here is a 100% completely failed business model, and let me show you why. Do you see the tiny little minuscule amount of TVL that's sitting in two products right here? One is called Axelar, one is called Beakery. The Beakery is the liquid staking derivative of the native token, in this case for this DEX called Crescent. If you see something like that, if you see 73.7% on anything, the very first question you need to be asking yourself is, how is this sustainable? Is it sustainable because more people are piling in, or is it sustainable because they can hit enter and mint more tokens? Now, the answer on this one is very, very simple. They hit enter, and they hit it a lot. So what you're looking at here is a typical Cosmos DEX that is in a race to try to maintain value as farmers such as myself come in and suck the liquidity, every single little bit of it, out of this thing that we possibly can. There's approximately $4 to $5 million worth of TVL on this little DEX right here. And people like me, but are adding zeros right there, are sucking the liquidity out of this DEX day after day after day, because even though they have every single element that you might need to make a successful DEX, at least what I consider a minimally viable product exists right here on Crescent, meaning no lock-ins, an order book. They are offering no products that anybody wants. They have 2 good tokens on here, believe it or not. 2 good tokens, 3 good tokens maybe, but that's arguable. They have a Cash, they have Jackal, and they have Atom. Those are the 3 tokens that I consider having the most value, even though Atom is slipping way off my radar. And when I say way off my radar, I'm no longer buying Atom. I am liquidating Atom. When Atom gets to approximately at or around $10, I'm dumping it. I'm dumping what I have loose, part of my investment strategy, but I'm letting it all loose because Atom is no longer sustainable. It's not even close. Whatever you thought was going to happen, whatever you think is going to happen based on Twitter, based on YouTube, it's not going to happen. So I am divesting myself from Atom slowly but surely. When I've cleared out of Atom, I will clear out of Cosmos. It was a neat idea, a lot of tech, great things over here, but it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable because it's not monetized. The only thing that will get value out here to the cosmos is more people out here to the cosmos. How are you going to get them out here? Archway? Juno? All of the L1s? All of the please build here? How are you going to get the people out here, man? You're not. Because the people who should be building products, who should be building dApps, who should be building nifty things that people want to pay are too busy building DEXs, building more L1s, building more everything that is not monetized. That is out to capture venture capitalist money, and that is it. I'm sorry if you guys need to hear this, man. And I honestly don't care if you disagree with me. I'm 100% right on this one. History's going to bear it out, man. That's the fun thing is that charts, once they've occurred, they can't be erased. They're already there. So history is going to bear me out on this one. Unless they get their shit together, Atom is going to bleed flat. Absolutely going to bleed flat. Do I need to show you the chart? I have a problem with this, but I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm simply telling you what I do. Belle, what do we do here on the podcast? What do we do every single day, day after day after day? What do we do?
We tell people what we are into and why, and that's it.
That's it. So if I'm wrong, doesn't hurt you a bit. Doesn't hurt you a bit. You can go ahead and just carry on. But where I am right now, based on this, there are 3 products in the cosmos that I'm in, and that's it. There are 3. And until the rest of these guys decide to actually monetize, that's all I'm going to stay in, man. Look, I've been through this shit before. I've seen it. I know what the end result is. So I'm going to go ahead and move my money. I'm going to move it smartly. I'm going to farm DEXs as long as they're going to continue to give me money and they hit my wickets. If you want to see the wickets that I look at, man, it's over on Patreon. I don't care if you subscribe. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just putting out the information that I consider valuable. But until somebody decides to monetize or wake up, and the worst thing that I've seen in this entire fucking last month was a tweet by Guy from Secret Network. Bell, I know you know the name, but you might not know the person. And he was literally tweeting out, I mean, right here, pal, by the way, right here. He was literally tweeting out that YouTube and Twitter content, I know it's Twitter, guys. All right, I know it's Twitter. But that YouTube and Twitter content regarding crypto is effectively worthless because they're not covering the right things. The most valuable thing to cover is high-level developer talks of developers talking to other developers. This rubbed me the wrong way like you have no fucking idea. Ever. Because as much as I appreciate what you've done, you have bled your token fucking flat. You have bled your network fucking flat. So maybe it isn't all about dev tools. Maybe it isn't about devs building dev tools to help devs build more dev tools. Because it's not fucking monetizable. It's neat, it's cool, it's tech, it's hip, it's yay. But nobody's going to fucking pay for it. You exist on venture fucking capital, and you dump it on your goddamn investors. You do this shit over and over and over, and it is fucking crypto wide. What the hell is the matter with you? At what point do you look at this and say, hey, maybe we should build something that fucking people will pay to use? What does it take? Your token is in the toilet. Everything you thought was wrong. So at what point do you maybe wake up and say, hey, maybe we should care about our investors? Because you are the perfect fucking example of what is wrong with this space. Every bit of it. Sir, you are invited. I would love to get you on the podcast. I know you won't. I know you guys, you won't. You don't want to talk to somebody like me. You want to talk to somebody who agrees with what you say, even though you're fucking wrong endlessly. Gotta wake up, man. If we don't, all this shit just ends. It'll take years. It'll bleed. It'll bleed slow, but it will fucking bleed. Anybody who was alive in 2000 in investing knows exactly what I'm talking about. Uh, sorry about that, guys. Look, I gotta get it out every now and again, man. Look, this fucking guy, man. God, the balls on you. The fucking balls on you. I don't give a shit if you watch me. I don't care. I don't care. Because I'm right, because I'm profitable, and because fuck you right there. Anyway, Belle, do we have any questions or comments? I see you're holding something back, so whatever it is, get it out.
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So, Brian D., I'm pretty much done with Cosmos till they figure their shit out. Ethereum at least has users and activity.
Cosmos isn't going to figure it out, man. Look, the biggest hindrance to Cosmos is Cosmos. The biggest problem in the Cosmos are Cosmos validators. They are taking your money day after day after day, and they're going out of their way to tell you what a good investment it is as they are liquidating it for cash right here. That's the Cosmos. Belle, carry on.
A Hill One, I like it when you tell it as it is, Scott.
I don't know if I'm right. I actually I do. I'm 100% right, man. If you believe me, do your thing. If you don't, I honestly I'm indifferent to it. Not really, man. Look, I want to be honest, guys. Look, I want to give you guys out actionable information. I want to give you out information that I believe to be correct. I continue to do this. This is it. I don't need this. Just so you know, I don't need this shit. All right? I don't need YouTube. I don't need any of this stuff. My Discord is dead. My channel is absolutely dead. Whatever educational information that we were putting out, nobody gives a fuck about. But I'm going to continue to do it because I enjoy doing it. I like to wear ties. Belle, carry on, please.
All right. And next we have the rant ratings. So
Okay, hit me.
your 8.5 on rant, pushing 9.
What do I got to say, dude, to get a 10 from you, dude? Yort's a great guy. He's got a fantastic mustache, by the way. Yort he's the kind of guy that you can't picture without the mustache. Once you see him, you're like, yeah, he needs a mustache. It's like Tom Selleck, man. You know, he shaved for a movie, and I was like, nope. Just like that, I was like, nope, that ain't Tom Selleck. That's Yort. So I appreciate it, dude. But I got to ask, man, what do I need to do to get a 10? I just called out a guy that's in charge of, or that's boss on I don't even know Secret's value anymore, man. Secret's value is shit. Carry on, Belle.
Gustav gave you a ranking of 10 on
But
your
he didn't
rant.
give you any money, did he, Belle? So
No.
whatever it takes, we don't need this. Carry on, Belle.
Idiot Fish giving you a rate of 9.
Again, I don't know what I need from you guys, man. Look, I almost want to pull up the lifetime. You want to see tears? Here you go.
Oh boy.
That's tears right there. I'm showing you Secret. You tell me how this is effectively managed. You tell me how their mindset is the correct mindset. Look at it. Drink it in. That is fucking Secret right there. That is it. This is the guy who's in charge of it that's saying the only people that should have a fucking voice out here are people who are developers talking about shit that nobody gives a goddamn about. Belle, carry on.
Idiot Fish chiming in with the last comment. F that guy. Great rant.
You know, I think he's a wonderful guy. I've emailed him endlessly. He won't get back to me. There's no fucking way anybody in Cosmos is ever going to get back to me. They just won't. Can you imagine coming on a show with this on the other side of the microphone? Somebody who doesn't care. How about this? Somebody who doesn't need your money. How about that? There's no way in hell anybody's ever going to come on the other side of this microphone, but I think they should. I absolutely think they should because it's going to show that you at least believe your bullshit. I'm going to call you on it. 100% I'm going to call you on it. But I think the one fortunate thing that I have based on this YouTube channel is that we do have family folks that are going to tune in, that are going to continue to tune in and just listen to me lose my shit. I appreciate it, man. It's tough. I feel bad. I feel absolutely horrible for people who are going through who are going through an actual bear market. But the funny thing is that it's not a bear market, man. All right, this is just economic reality that's coming and beating people about the head. I feel I feel awful for the folks who got in at the top, or folks who got in at the bottom, or even folks who are getting in now that simply do not understand basic economic fundamentals and how it applies to crypto. I feel horrible for them. I've done everything I could to try to get it out, to try to educate. I'm not saying I'm right, even though I am. I'm not trying to say I'm right. I'm just trying to say that hearing a realistic viewpoint might aid you a little bit in your crypto journey, man, and it just doesn't happen. We have done everything that we possibly could to try to get the word out. And I'm, again, not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, please, please, for the love of God, listen. If your money's important to you, you will. If it isn't, you will certainly, you're just going to come out and dismiss it. And so many people are going to get wiped out in this shit, man, because you don't understand. You don't get what's on the other side of the trades. You don't know what is happening on the other side and what they're saying, because they're never going to go public with it, ever. So we're, you know what, we're going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying because I love you guys so much. And even though we have a small audience, man, I just love you guys so much for continuing to turn in and listen to my bullshit. But just please understand, man, I believe every single word of this. I base my trades on every single words of the every single word of them saying. And that is my actual economic investment strategy. So I'm happy to continue to showing it to you guys until there's just nobody left. But I'm gonna keep trying, man. I have to keep trying. It's important. It matters. If we can build our little coalition, just our small little coalition of people who understand what they're seeing, what they're looking at, what they're doing, and are making reasonable, rational, practical decisions on their investments, man, we will absolutely set the tone for what's going to happen next. But until we get there, it's just going to flat out be a struggle. But I'm here with you, man. I'm going to keep going. All right. Anyway, consider that that's my outro, Bell. Please talk us up, talk us out. And I'm going to go ahead and take the tie off. So, Bell, get us out of here.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us this evening, we can't say thank you guys enough. We do sincerely appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, we are not going to be on tomorrow evening during our normally scheduled time at 6 p.m. I'm unfortunately traveling, so we are going to be back on Thursday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. If in between now and Thursday you guys have any more comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't say thank you guys enough, and we'll see you on Thursday.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.